Hey you guys, it's me Kianna coming at you today. Right now what we're going to be doing is the homemade stuffing. That way you guys will know how to actually fix this from scratch. Hopefully you'll try this before Thanksgiving. That way you can get it down packed by then. But this is something that you want to fix for Thanksgiving, Easter, stuff like that. On holidays and special occasions, you don't want to do the stovetop thing. I do have stovetop actually on top of my refrigerator right now, a whole case of it actually. But this is just something that you want to do for special occasions or just because you feel like it. And that time is now for me. What I'm doing is I'm adding my cream of mushroom soup into the bread that I already fixed. I toasted 2 loaves. That's how you can fix your homemade stuffing. You want to toast. I know it's time consuming, you guys, but this is how your grandmother used to fix it. So I fixed 2 loaves of regular bread, toasted that, and then I added my sausage. And as I stated in my previous video, you want to use you don't want to use something like Bob Evans for this, because you need a sausage that's going to be full fat. That's because sausage that's not full fat like Bob Evans, although it's good and healthy to eat when you're fixing it for your breakfast sausage, it does tend to be a little bit drier than your cheap or generic sausage. So we're going to use the cheap sausage for this. And the sausage that I used although it wasn't cheap, it was on sale like it was cheap. I used Tennessee Pride, but you can use Jamestown or whatever. But you want to use those kind because it does have more fat and hence more flavor. And it also is not dry. And you don't want anything dry in stuffing because you're already using a dry base, and that is the bread. So every other item that you're putting into this, besides the seasoning, is going to be a wet base to it. Okay, so I took a total of 4 cans of cream of mushroom soup for the 2 loaves of bread. You want to also have chicken broth because you don't want it to be really wet, but you don't want it to be dry either. You don't want to make it too wet because your stuffing will come out soggy, and you have to remember that your turkey is going to expel water as you're cooking, as you're baking it. So you definitely want to not make it totally wet as if you're making like tuna fish or nothing like that. You don't want it wet like that. You want to have it somewhat dry but not mushy, if you understand what I'm saying. Daddy's up. He already got our pans. These are the pans that you want to use for your turkey. I stuffed my turkey, and then also along the perimeter of the turkey, I put stuffing packet in there as well. We are stuffing eaters, definitely. And after you've browned your sausage, you want to definitely put your Trinity in it. And your Trinity mixture, that's just a technical term for your celery and your onion mixture. Okay, so you definitely want to put your Trinity mixture to save time in with your sausage. Brown that. That way you soften the soften and saute the vegetables, as well as cook the sausage thoroughly through. Now a lot of people don't stuff their stuffing it on their turkey anymore. I still do. I haven't had no problems with any kind of poisoning or anything like that they say you can get. I've been doing it like this forever. I've seen my grandparents do it. I've seen my mother do it. So we're talking about literally about 60, 70 years worth of doing it this way that I've seen. You know, I've seen it for 30 something years, but my grandmother and my mother and her mothers and all that did it like this. Okay, I have chicken broth already. What I do is when I fix chicken, if I'm going to boil it or whatever, I do save that in a container. You can do that, or you can just go ahead and buy chicken broth. So you're going to add that into your stuffing mixture as well. We're going to create a rub on our turkey. What I do is to really get full flavor into your turkey. What you're going to do is you're going to pull that skin back on your turkey. And an easy way to do that without breaking the skin, what you're going to do is you're going to pull it back a little bit, just lift it up. Then you're going to take your hand in this motion, fingers down, and then just slide your hand up underneath. Okay, the reason why you have your fingers down is so that your nail doesn't tear the skin, but yet you're still lifting the membrane from the turkey breast, the difference between the turkey breast and the space between the turkey breast and the membrane and the skin. So you're going to lift that, and again, just go underneath just like that, and that should lift it all the way down to the neck area of the turkey. What we're going to do is we're going to place our sage and butter rub underneath of that, and also season. Then you're going to season the outside of your turkey. Turn the turkey over. A lot of people miss the bottom, but you're going to season the bottom as well. And the reason for that is because the water that the turkey expels, you're going to have that floating throughout your stuffing as well, and cooking and basting the turkey. So you want that to be seasoned as well. So we're going to use lots of flavor throughout this entire dish. Basically, the stuffing is mixed to the perfect consistency that I wanted to show you guys, where it's not dry, but it's also not too wet as well. Again, keeping in mind that the turkey is going to create juice as you're cooking, so that your stuffing doesn't become too soggy. I'm just going to hold this up, and as you can see the sausage all throughout. If you see the brown, okay, and this is the consistency that you want. Now I'm just going to add, because I don't want watery, but I do want creamy. You want it to be creamy, not watery. I'm going to add my 4th can that I stated to you guys before. Make sure you put about 4 cans if you're using about 2 loaves of bread. And as far as sausage, we like a lot of sausage in ours, so we use 2 rolls of sausage as well. As I stated in my previous video, I'm going to break all of this down in stages for you guys. So one video will be on stuffing, like this is. The next video will be on the macaroni and cheese. We already did the greens, and they're actually cooking on low right now. They've already cooked down. We have our smoked neck bones as well as our smoked turkey wing in there with the greens. We put a little bit of bacon grease up in there as well. That just creates extra flavor. A little bit of red pepper. A little bit of vinegar. A couple of spoonfuls of sugar. And that just balances it out. The acidities from the vinegar as well as the sugar balances each other. The little bit of accent, and then a little bit of coarse pepper, and some seasoned salt. Okay. Now, as you can see, I haven't put any seasoning into my stuffing. I have just put the broth and the cream of mushroom. Now, the seasoning that I use, again, I do use accent. And many of you haven't even used accent before. The commercial says their slogan is, it just wakes up the food. It does exactly that. You want to just use that carefully, because it's not salty. However, it does have sodium in it. So if you understand what I'm saying. So you just want to be careful when you use that. And but it does add, it's a flavor enhancer. and it actually says that on the label. My mother used it all my life, and I used it because it was passed on to me. But I use accent, some black pepper, of course some salt, and because my turkey has sage in it, you can just mimic that and just throw a little bit of sage into your stuffing, or you can have sage sausage. However, I like one hot sausage and then one mild sausage, and then I incorporate my sage in it separately. So you do this, in essence, is a sausage sage stuffing. So again, let me show you how this stuffing should look. It should look almost, if you guys cook crab cakes, it should look almost like you're going to pack crab cakes. But this is how it should look. Again, not too soft, but not too dry as well. Okay? Alrighty. So we're ready to roll, you guys. I have my pans. We're going to fry our apples like Grandma used to fry them. So we're going to have fried apples. My fresh greens are almost done. The turkey, homemade stuffing, and homemade macaroni and cheese. And let's get rolling with stuffing the turkey as well as seasoning it, and that will be the next video. So I thank you guys for viewing. Thank you guys for commenting, pressing that like button. I love you all. I hope you're getting something from this. For you guys that definitely know how to cook and you've been doing this for years, thank you for just enjoying watching. But for you ladies that don't know how to cook, never cooked a full meal like this homemade by yourself, I hope you find it's helpful. Maybe you want to press it under your favorite so you can always go back to it. I have a lot of videos, so you definitely don't want to just think that you're just going to go through my videos and then find it, because I have literally about 150 videos, even though I've only been doing this since August the 14th of August the 14th of this year. So my anniversary, my 2-month anniversary of doing this will be in the next couple of days, and maybe I'll do something special for that. I don't know. So we'll see. But thank you all for viewing. Thank you all for commenting, supporting Big Chuck, Little Chuck, and Elijah's table channel. I thank you all for that. It does feel good when you have a lot of people supporting you and valuing you and seeing your passion as well as your calling. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you guys next. We're going to do the turkey. Stuff it, season it, and that's about it. All right? Be blessed.